Welcome back to another episode of Up West Sports. We got some really cool stuff to talk about. Your Mariners have won ALCS Game 1. We got a lot to break down, a lot to talk about, but first, we're going to bring the intro in.
Baseball stuff!
Welcome back. We got some cool stuff. Also, I wanted to give a shout out if you aren't already privy to the information of a Big Dumper beer. It is a lager from the Northwest, brought to you by Scuttlebutt Brewing. Wanted to give them a shout out. If you don't know them, if you're not a craft beer drinker, now you know. And get yourself a nice Big Dumper. He's even got his nice little mug on there with his autograph and everything.
I have 62 of them.
In 62 of them and counting. We are joined today with Christian Rauh. Christian, thank you so much for joining today. Wanted to give you a shout out and also a spotlight. If you're not following Christian, what are you doing? Check it out. We got Twitter, we got YouTube, and then we got a really cool website where he is just blowing up with new sports. We are actually him and I just jumped on a Kraken hockey podcast that we're very excited to get the ball rolling on that as well. If you're not already following, please do. Christian, how are you doing today, my friend?
Oh, cloud nine, man, because game one is in the books. Cal Raleigh hit 62. Jorge Polanco is the ageless wonder. And, I mean, Bryce Miller, man, after that first pitch, he was absolute nails. It is an absolute great feeling to be only 3 games away. That's it.
It's crazy that it was first pitch of the game.
Insane.
And then 6 electric innings, just absolutely dominance on the mound, which as Mariners fans, we're up and down with Bryce this year. You know, we knew he was going to be good. We knew he was going to be great at some point in his career. He had a really good showing in prior years that was going to lead you to believe that he was on the same path as Wu. But right now, you know, in this postseason, when the lights turn on, Bryce Miller is there. We saw great innings. He was able to attack the Detroit Tigers, and now we're seeing a great dominance. And just we're leaving 15 innings, a thriller from the ALDS. I wanted to get your thoughts on leaving the ALDS. Hats off to for Detroit to take us to 5 games, to give us a great series. If you're a Detroit Tigers fan checking in, thank you so much for the wonderful series. Like that's going to be one that goes down in the history books for me. But as we leave the ALDS, what are your thoughts from leaving there and as we head into the ALCS there, Christian?
I mean, the ALDS was wild. I mean, that was the craziest game that we've ever seen. And then we're going into what be the most pivotal game we've ever seen with this game one, because you really kind of stole this game in Toronto. It feels like, you know, that 15 inning game was insane. I was actually at a friend's, their son was playing a Friday night football game. So I was watching it on my phone while cheering for them in the stands at the same time. And I actually made a joke to one of my friends during the game. And I said, you know, it's going to suck that this is going to be one of those games. I had about an hour drive home where we're going to be listening to it and having anxiety in the 15th inning. And I didn't know that that was actually going to happen. So maybe I manifested that. I apologize to everybody who had to take extra anxiety pills the next morning because of it. But overall, really excellent feeling heading into the ALCS. And then it really does feel like we stole one in Toronto in game one after that home run, after what it seemed like Bryce Miller was going to be having a short-lived outing after going 200-something pitches with the entire bullpen on Friday night. After that first pitch home run, it was just it sucked. It was a sour feeling to begin this game. He only had 1 whiff in the first inning with 30 pitches. It didn't feel like we were going to be in a good spot. However, he starts throwing nails the rest of the game. The bullpen steps up, and they finish this game in Toronto with only 100 pitches on the dot, Gavin. That's huge. Going into the rest of the series, absolutely huge, especially what happened on Friday night, going 15 strong.
Absolutely electric Friday night. And I got to be honest, Saturday I was I had a couple of these bad boys, I'll tell you that much. And I'll just say, you know, Saturday was fun. it was fun. It was on top of the world, and just Seattle sports in general. I know we mentioned this on a couple other off air and a couple other podcasts that we've been chatting about. But holy smokes, Seattle is just electric and buzzing with sports right now, and everything. So every time you turn the corner, you got another sport that you can watch, and something electric is happening. So for all this to be culminating at the same time where everything's coming together. I made a comment on another episode earlier today. This kind of starts to feel a little bit like Boston in the early 2000s when you got all sports flying on all four cylinders and everything. So really hoping that we can capitalize on that. And I hope I'm not saying that too soon. But I mean, either way, if you get three sports in one city that all make the postseason, there's a lot to be happy about. Even if there's not any championships, three teams making the postseason, especially in Seattle, you got to be there's just a lot to be excited about. As they enter the rest of this ALCS. Yeah, it kind of feels like you stole game one with the depleted pitching staff that you currently have, with the guys that are having to fly from Seattle all the way out to Toronto and try and get ready for this game with one day's rest. And you get excellent performances, and Cal Raleigh just seems to own these guys. This is just his team. He loves playing them. I believe that's his fourth home run off of Kevin Gosman. His numbers, and I don't have them off the top of my head, apologies for not coming prepared, but Cal Raleigh's numbers against Toronto are just astronomical. And to see him capitalize on that again. Also, Jorge Polanco, another two hits, another two RBI. This team is electric right now. I don't know what to expect the rest of this series, but if that's how you enter game one, and you go six straight from Bryce Miller to Gabe Spire to Matt Brash to Andres Munoz, which is the winning recipe, in my opinion. It's just what else is there to expect from a 7-game series? Logan Gilbert with game two tomorrow. What are your thoughts as we kind of move forward in this series?
Yeah, well, I want to talk a little bit more about that Cal Raleigh home run because it was insane. And you mentioned stats with Gosman. There was one stat on the broadcast that said he didn't allow a single home run. It was the first home run he's allowed in the last 42 and 2/3 innings. And then Cal Raleigh hits it, of course, in game one of the ALCS. That's playoff baseball, baby. Absolutely love that. And he did it on a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the inning, and they found a way to score 2 runs in that inning as well. Polanco stepped up, got a double, continued on, moved forward, and did some great things. This team is so exciting. This team has confidence, the team has hope, and the willpower is absolutely there. They can see the success at the end of the tunnel. They can see that there are 3 wins away from making this thing happen, and I think that's what's the exciting thing about it. And if Logan Gilbert steps up on Monday, and they find a way to steal both of these in Toronto, I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine the possibilities of potentially getting a sweep and going to the World Series, punching your ticket in front of everybody in Seattle? I mean, the atmosphere was absolutely amazing for the ALDS for those 15 innings. Imagine if there was a game 4 and you had a 3-0 lead. I mean, absolutely insane. Really loved what I saw from Polanco as well. You mentioned him. I was a little nervous, not going to lie to you. I was a little nervous about Munoz with him coming into pitch, because in the 9th inning or the 8th inning or wherever he came in on Friday night, he walked his first 2 batters. So I was a little nervous. I'm not going to lie to you, but he took care of business. He made sure it was done, and that's all you got to be excited about. You're right. That is the winning recipe, what that bullpen had. Hopefully they can continue that moving forward this rest of this series, because, man, it feels good. It feels really good.
Game one definitely feels good, and that's just absolutely electric after tonight and everything. Very excited to see kind of how the rest of this series plays out and what to kind of expect. Right now, as Mariners fans, we haven't seen this since 2001. We don't know kind of what this really means, and every day is a new day for Mariners fans, and just enjoying the ride as it goes and everything. So wanted to kind of just wrap this whole thing up and just kind of get your final takes on who do you think needs to step up, if you haven't seen somebody that needs to step up, or somebody that you haven't seen, or somebody that is currently doing well that you think is going to do well. Who's that guy that kind of needs to turn a corner for this thing to come to fruition?
I think the easy answer, although he had a great stolen base, is probably Randy Rosarena, just because of knowing the success that he's had in the past in postseasons. You know, that crazy postseason run he had with Tampa Bay a few years ago, and they put something out in the broadcast where it was like he's homerless in like the last 42 or something like that postseason at bats. I think that'd be cool to see him maybe have a moment shine in the ALCS to help them get to the World Series. If I had to pick one player, that's probably one I'd look at. I mean, Suarez, maybe you could say him as well, but yeah, Randy Rosarena would probably be my pick if someone who I'd want to see maybe make a little bit more step up in Monday's game.
I like that you said that because I mean, here is Mr. October from what was it, 2021 with the Rays. The guy was electric, 10 home runs. I'm also kind of having a little bit of expectations there of hey, when the lights turn on, this guy was there. I'm hoping that we can get that guy back. I'm gonna go a different route. Not that I disagree with Randy Rosarena. I'd like to see Julio. I think I'd like to really see Julio step up and just be that guy that turns the corner when the lights turn on, especially with a team like this. Toronto's on top of their game right now. We know kind of what we're up against. They came into Seattle, did well against us. We came into their house, took 3 games from them. Shout out Rowdy Tellez, who definitely helped us out in that 3-game sweep over Toronto in Toronto. And so excited to see what we have kind of coming on deck. We got Logan Gilbert on the mound tomorrow night. I know we've already said it 2 or 3 times. Fired up for that. It's something that we got to talk about as well as Brian Wu. He's back in the fold. He is back, ready to go. There might have been indications somewhere. I haven't seen it float through my timeline yet. I don't know exactly what their plan is for Brian Wu. Is he getting game 3? I honestly thought there was a slight chance if he was fully healthy that he was going to get game 1 or game 2, but now it looks like it's at least pushed out to game 3, or is it a relief appearance? Is it a magical relief appearance in game 2? Excited to see what this team, now that we can construct this. We have our bullpen almost fully healthy going into tomorrow, because now we're looking at 2 days off for the boys in the pen. And we got Logan Gilbert, who's he came 2-3 innings out of the pen on Friday night, so he should be good enough to at least give you 5. So yeah, I like where we're at. You started off keeping the momentum going, and if there's an Etsy witch out there, I think she's got something in store for us. If there's a Humpy winning a race, he's got something in store. Either way, there's good vibes in Seattle. Just a lot to love. Christian, thank you so much for jumping on, talking Mariners baseball. And again, if you're not already, check on out Christian over at Pac-12 Daily on YouTube, Twitter, also Blue Sports Network on Twitter and YouTube, and also his website that has everything that we talk about, everything Seattle sports. If you like the Kraken, if you like the Seahawks, if you like Pac-12, we here at Up West Sports talk about Pac-12 a lot. Go Cougs. So if you like Northwest sports, you're going to be doing a good thing for yourself following Christian. Christian, thank you so much.
You're welcome, man. Appreciate it. And go Mariners. Let's get this 2-0 lead.
Let's get this 2-0 lead. And just remember, life's too short. Gas up your boys.